Have you ever reached the end of the day feeling drained, a little foggy, maybe even a bit irritable, and chalked it up to aging? You're not alone. But what if I told you that many of those feelings we often blame on getting older may actually come down to something as simple and as fixable as not drinking enough water? Now I know what you're thinking. I drink when I'm thirsty. Isn't that enough? And years ago, maybe that worked. But as we age, our body becomes less sensitive to thirst. That means by the time we feel thirsty, we're already well on our way to being dehydrated. And when you're not properly hydrated, it doesn't just leave you parched, it can affect your energy, your memory, your balance, even your mood. That's why today I want to have a heart-to-heart about hydration, real hydration, the kind that keeps you feeling strong, alert, and steady on your feet. In this video, we're going to talk about 6 signs your body might be trying to tell you, hey, I need more water. These signs are often subtle, but once you know them, they're hard to miss. And best of all, they're easy to fix once you understand what's really going on. So let's begin with one of the most common and most overlooked signs of dehydration: fatigue. We all slow down a bit with age, but if you find yourself feeling unusually tired, especially during the middle of the day, even after a good night's sleep, it might not be your age catching up with you. It could be your water intake. When your body doesn't have enough fluid, your blood volume decreases. That means your heart has to work harder to get oxygen to your muscles and organs. And that extra strain leads to, you guessed it, feeling tired and worn out. Try this. Tomorrow morning, instead of reaching for coffee first thing, start with a glass of water. Just one. Then notice how you feel an hour later. You might be surprised how much lighter, more alert, even a little brighter you feel. Small change, big payoff. Now let's talk about another sneaky sign: dry mouth and bad breath. It's easy to assume this is just part of aging or a side effect from medication. And yes, that can play a role, but dehydration dries out your mouth. Without enough saliva, bacteria builds up more quickly, leading to bad breath and even tooth and gum issues over time. If you've ever woken up with a cotton dry mouth or noticed you're constantly reaching for mints or gum, your body might be hinting it's thirsty. Keeping a small bottle of water nearby during the day, not just during meals or exercise, can make a big difference here. Sip, don't gulp. You don't have to chug half a gallon all at once. Think of it as a steady drip, not a waterfall. Now that we've covered fatigue and dry mouth, let's move on to something many people chalk up to just getting older, but often has a much simpler explanation. Now we all forget things from time to time. Where we left our glasses, why we walked into a room, the name of that actor we used to love in the old black and white films. But when forgetfulness starts to feel more frequent or frustrating, it's worth looking at how much water you're drinking. Dehydration doesn't just affect the body, it affects the brain. Your brain is made up of nearly 75% water. When you're even slightly dehydrated, it can cause brain fog, slower thinking, and, yes, even memory slips. So if you've been feeling a little more forgetful lately, it might not be a sign of decline. It might just be your brain saying, hey, I'm thirsty up here. Here's something simple you can try. Pair your water with daily activities. For example, every time you take a medication, follow it with a glass of water. If you like to watch the news in the morning or read the paper, make it a habit to sip water while you do. Little routines like that make it easier to stay consistent without having to constantly remind yourself. Now, speaking of routine, have you noticed your joints feeling a little more creaky than usual? Maybe your knees ache after a short walk, or your hands feel stiff when you first wake up. While some of that is a natural part of aging, dehydration can make it worse. You see, water helps lubricate your joints, almost like oil in a machine. Without enough of it, your joints can feel tight and uncomfortable, making everyday movements more difficult. Staying hydrated won't cure arthritis, of course, but it can help your joints move more freely and reduce that stiff, grinding feeling many of us experience, especially in the morning. If you start your day with a warm glass of water and keep a refillable bottle nearby throughout the day, you're giving your joints the support they need from the inside out. And here's another subtle but important sign to watch for: dizziness, or feeling unsteady on your feet. It can come on suddenly, maybe when you stand up from a chair or roll out of bed. It might feel like a quick wave of lightheadedness or a moment where the room feels like it's spinning just a bit. That kind of instability is often linked to low blood volume caused by, you guessed it, not enough water. When your body is running low on fluids, your blood pressure can drop, especially when changing positions. That's what leads to that woozy, off-balance feeling. And for seniors, that's more than just uncomfortable, it can be dangerous. Falls are a serious concern, and something as simple as sipping water throughout the day can help reduce that risk in a very real way. It's amazing, isn't it? How one habit, drinking more water, can touch so many areas of your health. From energy and memory to mobility and safety, your body is constantly sending you little messages. And when you know how to listen, you can make simple changes that bring powerful results. Now, this one doesn't get talked about enough, but it should. Because nothing throws off your day quite like digestive discomfort. If you've been feeling bloated, backed up, or just a little off in the bathroom, dehydration could be playing a bigger role than you think. Water helps keep everything in your digestive system moving smoothly. Without enough of it, your body pulls water from your waste, which can make your stool harder, drier, and more difficult to pass. Constipation isn't just uncomfortable, it can affect your appetite, your energy, and even your mood. But here's the good news. Increasing your water intake can often bring noticeable relief, sometimes within a day or two. Combine that with fiber-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and you've got a powerful natural solution to keep things regular. Even if you're eating well, hydration is what helps fiber do its job. Imagine trying to clean a sticky dish with no water. You just end up smearing things around. Your digestive system works in a similar way. Give it the water it needs, and it can do what it was designed to do: eliminate waste and keep you feeling light and comfortable. Now let's take a moment to talk about something that often surprises people: your mood. Yes, your emotional health can be affected by hydration too. When you're dehydrated, you may feel more irritable, anxious, or down. And it's not your imagination. Studies have shown that even mild dehydration can have a direct effect on mood and mental clarity. If you've ever felt unusually grumpy or overwhelmed on a day you didn't drink much, there's a good chance your brain just needed more water. Our bodies and minds are more connected than we often realize. When we're physically low, it affects how we think and feel. Drinking water might not solve every emotional struggle, but it can certainly help level the playing field, giving your brain the fuel it needs to stay calm, focused, and resilient. So, where do we go from here? Well, now that we've walked through these 6 subtle but powerful signs: fatigue, dry mouth, memory slips, joint discomfort, dizziness, and digestive trouble, it's clear that water does far more than just quench thirst. It supports your energy, your brain, your balance, your movement, your mood, every part of you. And here's the best part. This isn't about overhauling your entire life. You don't need to count every ounce or follow some complicated hydration schedule. Just start paying attention to how you feel. Carry a bottle with you. Sip throughout the day. Add a little lemon or cucumber if that makes it more enjoyable. Let it be simple. Let it be doable. You've spent a lifetime taking care of others, building a life, weathering challenges, and now it's time to take care of you. Your body is still speaking to you even now. All it asks is that you listen. If anything in this video resonated with you, if you saw yourself in any of these signs, I encourage you to take one small step today. A glass of water is a good place to start, then maybe another after lunch. Before you know it, it becomes a habit, a healthy rhythm, a quiet act of care you give yourself day after day. Remember, small changes lead to big results. Staying hydrated isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. And if you found this helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts, or tell us how you make hydration easier in your daily routine. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more practical tips and encouragement. We're all in this together.